Good evening, everyone. We are going to resume the meeting. It is 7 o'clock, and we're going to start with the pledge. Please join us. And please remain standing for a moment of silence for a resolution we're going to read. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Moving to item 3 is a memorial resolution for Mrs. Diane K. Nyhoff. Whereas Mrs. Diane K. Nyhoff served as a staff member of the Tri-Valley Central School District for 20 years, and whereas Mrs. Diane K. Nyhoff exemplified extraordinary commitment to the students of the Tri-Valley Central School District, and whereas Mrs. Diane K. Nyhoff passed away on September 19th, 2025, be resolved that the Tri-Valley Central School District extends its thanks to Mrs. Diane K. Nyhoff for her service, and be it further resolved that the Tri-Valley Central School District extends its sympathy to the family of Mrs. Diane K. Nyhoff during this time of mourning. Moving to item number 4 is correspondence. I'm sorry, we have one more. I was not aware. Okay, 3B is okay, we have a Board of Education appreciation presentation.
Yeah. So since we will not be in session next week, it is school board recognition week next week. We will not. We wanted just to honor you this evening. So all of you have cards that were handmade by our students at the elementary school. But before we show you the video, I do want to express my deepest appreciation to each of you for your serving and your unwavering commitment to our students and our staff and our community. We know that serving on a board is a privilege, but it is also a tremendous responsibility. And you all approach it with dedication and integrity and heart. And every decision that you make is in the interest of our kids always. And I appreciate that. It is an honor to work with you. It is a privilege to work with you. And I'm really, really proud of the board that we are and the school that we have and the progress that we're making. And so thank you so much for the opportunity to work with you each day. So our students wanted to share their gratitude as well, and they've created a small token of appreciation as a reminder of all the hard work that you do. So if you can look at the screen, I think Dan can put it on for us.
Thank you very much for being very
So thank you again for all you do for us here.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, now moving to item number 4 is correspondence. Do we have anything? Okay, we don't have anything tonight. Moving to item number 5 is public comment session for items that are on tonight's agenda. Anyone? Okay, moving to item number 6 is guests and presentations, and we have the administrative presentations. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to thank you all for what you do. We were able to have just an E&L night. We had some pumpkin carving going on, all because of your support. We're able to do these fun things. We got parents, we have kids, we have administrators, we have teachers staying after. It's just been a great experience so far. So thank you all. So we are launching our STEAM program for the 3rd year in a row. We had 195 students sign up. That's grades 1 through 6, which is half of our student body population in the elementary school. They'll be starting next week, and we're able to offer all these programs because our teachers take the time after school to share some of their talents. So we have some new programs this year. We have Art Journals, which is new, Smiles, which is a leadership program. Hydroponics is coming on again before our 2nd graders do it. We have robotics. And we have 2 3D printing classes where they're using the 3D printing pens. Again, they're very popular. Of the 195 students, 128 are able to get in this first session. Anyone who didn't get in this session will be in our next session, which will be right around winter break. So we're just really thankful to see our kids wanting to stay after school with our teachers, just learning. So they all sound very fun, but I'll just give an example of last year. During robotics, they're trying to get, so we have some 5th graders trying to get a robot around a carpet. They have to code it in inches, but they don't know how long the carpet is. So then it leads to a conversation of each one of these blocks is a foot. So now they're converting feet and counting blocks to inches to code to get their robot to go. Well, it needs to turn. How much does it turn? Well, it needs to turn 90 degrees. Well, what does that look like? So it's just an integration of stuff they're learning in class into what they perceive as a fun activity. So that team building, getting them to work with each other, play. We've had some pop-up STEAM programs, so that's what you see in the pictures. So Ms. Petita has run some different things our teachers are able to go down to. So they did a kind of a Lego building, but really was a force activity. So 2nd graders are learning what force is, mass times acceleration. They're building. And I asked the teacher, so what do you get out of that? How did it go? It's like our first time trying it. Let's get feedback. And one of the teachers said, well, I had one group. They built a car, it didn't go. They ran back to their box, built another car, it didn't go. And they went back for a 3rd time as a group, really talking it through and building again. So these activities build that resilience. It builds some of that academic fortitude that we're looking for, especially in our early students. That way, when we get to secondary school and high school, we have built that thing like we say after school here at Tri-Valley. So this is just that precursor to getting them to sports, getting them to our after school clubs, and then getting them to graduation. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you again.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to take a minute to say thank you for all your dedication and work that you do with the board. And so tonight, I just want to give a recap of what we've been doing so far this past month in the PPS department. We've been holding transfer meetings for all of our new students. So whenever we have new students come into the district, we always hold a 30-day transfer meeting. It gives the student an opportunity to acclimate to Tri-Valley. It also gives the teachers an opportunity to get to know the student. And then we come together with the parents and the team so that we can review the IEP and just make sure that everything that they need is in there, or if we have to make any tweaks, that's what we do at that time. Most of the parents love those meetings. They really enjoy the opportunity. That gives a little time for their student to get acclimated, and them an opportunity to meet the teachers so that they can see how they're doing in class. And the second thing that we have going on this month is it'll be our second department meeting. This year, the focus is going to be kind of on an internal IEP audit, where I'll be working with the special ed team so that we can take a look at all of our IEPs and do a little bit of inter-rater reliability, just to see how we're writing them, how we're doing it across the board, because a lot of times they don't get a chance to talk to each other. So they look very different in the elementary than they do in the secondary. And we're just going to try to see where we can do some consistency and develop some language in the IEP that is consistent for each of the teachers as they move on year to year, so they know what to look for and where to look for in the IEP. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Have
Thank
a
you.
great Columbus Day weekend too.
I may have clicked one too many times. Nope, we're good. All right, good evening, everyone. So the MTSS building continues, a room continues to grow. I have really been able to welcome a lot more students into the office these days, and it's been an interesting experience, needless to say. We've had the opportunity to have our Tri-Valley Bear mascot go ahead over to our giant pumpkin party this past weekend. So if you were able to attend that, you may have seen our bear there advertising for our homecoming event. Our homecoming football game is this Saturday. There were flyers that were being given out there. It's really important to us this year that we continue to grow those community relationships. Last year, we fostered some of those relationships. This year, we're trying to grow them. And certainly with the help of Ms. Tanya Hugler, we've been able to establish lists of different community organizations that are currently active in our community, in our county, where we can help to direct some of our families if and when they need resources throughout the school year. What we were finding is we were directing parents to certain community organizations, either to their websites or to links, or be able to scan certain QR codes, and finding that those organizations were no longer active. So it was pretty defeating for some of our families who were already trying to get back on their feet or really reaching out for help to not have help given to them. So we're continuing to grow that. Our MTSS intervention team meetings, we had our first meeting day today. We had about 5 different students that we met on throughout the day. That process is when teachers find as though within the first 5 weeks of school that they have students that they're having a difficult time really either growing them academic, behaviorally, or social emotionally. They come to the table and we have an open discussion about ways that we can support those students. This year is the first year that we're having these MTSS intervention team meetings for secondary school students. And I'm very proud of our secondary school staff. Had the opportunity to present the idea of this system to them. And we've already had, may not sound like a lot to you, but it's exciting for us, 2 teachers refer students so far. And I think the more and more that the word gets out and the support that we can give to some of the secondary school teachers regarding their children, the more those numbers are going to grow. So if you compare it to 5 teacher meetings for the elementary school that has had this system set up now for quite a few years, and we've already got 2 secondary school meetings that we're having, we're really having some successful, really good start to the school year for making sure that our students are getting the supports that they need. And finally, the Panorama survey did go out. We had a number of students participate this year in comparison to last year. Remember that information is an opportunity for us to see how our students are feeling about their school year, how they're feeling about the programs that we're offering for them, and also an opportunity to just see overall what other types of programs we can offer them to make sure that we are continuing to build their confidence and resilience and all of those other traits that we really need our students to have a strong handle on before they graduate and enter the real world. So that is the update from the MTSS department. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm still defrosting from being outside, but we have a bunch of seniors outside carving pumpkins, watching a movie, and having a great night. So it's really exciting to see that we're having such a great year already. Our attendance percentage is up this year compared to last year. We're up 2%. We've done a lot of parent meetings, a lot of connections that we've been building with them, trying to help figure out what the struggles are so we can get our students here. We've also, that's in cooperation with work through MTSS. We've tightened up some attendance process and procedures, and really everybody is putting in the effort to make sure our students are getting here. We have numerous college representatives and recruiters that will be coming throughout the school year. That announcement also went out on Parent Square. We have monthly calendars that are available in the guidance department that show who is here and where they are coming from. They're throughout the state. This is just a really great opportunity for our students to make those connections with those recruiters and representatives, and an opportunity that if they weren't able to go to that college, they're able to speak to them and really get an idea of what is out there and what programs there are available. Our college credit SUNY program that was piloting this year, those letters went out. Every student that is registered has received that. They will get a $25 credit per credit for each course, and if they keep that B or better. So our teachers are aware of that as well to help encourage our students and work them through those. Our clubs, activities, and after-school programming have begun. We have all of our clubs that are available right now on Arbiter. Every student does need to register. We can help them through that process. Ms. Williams also is a really great help on that for some of our students who might need some assistance or guardian assistance to get those programs up and going. All the administration in the secondary school stepped out for the day to attend the Tall Cop training. This was hosted by the Sullivan County Corrections Department. It was a really great day. We learned a lot of information, some top trends that our students are facing and exposures that they're facing out in our communities right here in Sullivan County. So it was very eye-opening. It has given us a lot of background information, things to look for in our students who might be struggling with some addictions or anything along those lines. So that was a really helpful training that all three of us were able to attend and gain some extra knowledge on. Our food menu. So we have been doing a lot. I know our civics projects have been working a lot. Ms. Long has been doing a lot with our cafeteria staff and Whitston's, our program. So we started talking and reaching out to students. We started with our sports teams and coaches. So they had some meetings after school this week, and they were able to give their input on the menus. So if they're getting breakfast, what are they getting? What do they want more of? What are they looking for in their diets? We also met about lunch. What items do you want? What items do you like? What do you want to see more of? And we're going to keep doing that and incorporating more and more students' ideas and thoughts, and parents as well. So we're taking that input, we're working with our team, and we're really trying to make some adjustments on that menu. We have started professional learning communities with our staff in both secondary and elementary. They're going really well. It is an adjustment for all of us, taking that time for ourselves to work together as a team and really building ourselves and the capacities together so we can work together to move us forward and be successful. So they are going great, and we are all working hard and diligently and having a great time while we do it. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to also thank you all for your service. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to be here, and thank you all for your support through that. September was a fantastic month. It came in pretty fast and furious, and it went out just the same way. The kids spent a lot of time reconnecting with their friends, with old teachers, meeting new teachers, and it was a really all hands on deck effort from the first day of school all the way through the month. We had teachers and counselors and everybody welcoming students in. Our aides did a great job helping the students into the school, and then once they got in there, there was somebody there to welcome them if they were struggling. So everybody's pretty much acclimated at this point. All of our youngest kids take the longest to get acclimated, and sometimes their parents do too. So it's been really beneficial to have all of that support. Our attendance goal has exceeded for the month of September. We were up to 95% this past month. I spent some time at UPK orientation and at the K Meet the Teacher days right before school started to emphasize the importance of attendance and to make sure that the parents knew that they could reach out to us if there was any excuses or concerns or things that were kind of keeping them holding their babies tight. So it's been really, so far, a very smooth transition for them, and the attendance goal has shown that. We had open house right before our last board meeting. The 2 nights, it was very well attended. Ms. Pringle and I spent a lot of time just talking with parents in the hallways, in the cafeteria. So it was something that I feel like the parents really look forward to, and the teachers had really great feedback. And lastly, our PLCs, our professional learning communities, are also rolling. Just like Ms. Eberly said, it's been great work. We've been forging our teams. We've been really identifying the strengths that each of the members have and coming up with some great guidelines for how the meetings are going to be run for the future year. Any questions for me? All right, Ms. Brink.
Excuse me. Do you feel the attendance is better than it has been in the past? Is it growing?
As of right now, I believe so. When we get into the winter months and some of the colds come back and some of our new kids get exposed to different germs, I think we'll see some things changing. But for right now, I think we're in a really good spot. I've identified some kids. I've made some phone calls myself just to emphasize how important that attendance is. And we've seen some improvements.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Just a quick reminder that tomorrow is our Fire Prevention Day. We are really excited to have the Grahamsville and Neversink Fire Department come to our school tomorrow to teach our students about fire safety. And also in the picture is demonstrating what we are now doing, a new initiative. We are recognizing for the past 3 weeks students who are displaying their expectations during recess and lunch, and we are giving them every Friday a certificate when they are announced as Bear of the Week.
Thank you.
All right, good evening, everybody. So the fall season is in full swing. The weather has been extremely cooperative. Obviously, we need a little more rain, but very minimal cancellations, and it's been off to a great start. This week is our homecoming week, so we have our pep rally tomorrow, 9th period. Tomorrow night we have our bonfire across the street. We also have a girls' varsity soccer game and their senior recognition right before the bonfire, football game, and dance on Saturday. So a very, very busy week with homecoming. Our NISFA Fall Scholar Athlete, it opens 10/27. So that's the first day I can start putting in our Fall Scholar Athletes. The IPRs are coming out. So before we know it, we'll have our Scholar Athletes here, and we get to celebrate them. Also hard to believe that winter sports registration is going to be opening on October 17th. So winter sports are right around the corner. On the wellness side of things, we still have recess going great, and our wellness meetings are going to be starting. So I have the dates up there if you'd like to attend. Our first one will be 10/14. The last thing, we had several administrators and other staff attend the Sullivan 180 Healthier Generation celebration. We had an opportunity, every school an opportunity to go up on stage and talk about the grants and the improvements to their school using the money provided by Sullivan 180. So Ms. Temple was there and went up and spoke about the grants that we've used. Any questions? Yeah.
Okay. There's been a lot of talk of the pep rally being pretty long this year. Do you think it might go into 8th period? A lot of the teachers were concerned about that.
So this year's pep rally is just going to be 9th period. We are switching things up a bit. So we have a game lined up, as well as our cheer / staff dance. So right now that it's just scheduled for 9th, but we are switching things up a little bit.
Thank you.
Any others? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving to item number 7 is the superintendent's report. Ms. Erin Long.
Thank you. Good evening again. I want to begin by congratulating both Carrie Smith and Heather Bunnell. Carrie received the Outstanding Educator Award the other night at our Sullivan County BOCES Award Banquet, and Heather Bunnell received Outstanding Employee Award. It was a wonderful evening. We had 28 people from Tri-Valley attend. I think we were the biggest tables there and the loudest cheers, and so it was just a really wonderful night to celebrate the hard work of both ladies. As Mrs. Eberly talked about, we have been working hard on the cafeterias. We have rebranded them. with the help of Mr. Mackesy and Ella Stanley and Shelby Carroll and Lilia Murden. Over the summer, they came in and they redesigned and renamed our cafeterias. So the elementary cafeteria is now known as the Bear Cub Bistro, and our secondary cafeteria is now known as the Bear Bistro. So outside both areas, we've got the designs of the bear with the chef's hat and the checkered tablecloth. And so they're out. And we had last Friday, we did a revealing with our broadcast. So I and Jordan Diamond were on there with the girls that had designed it. And so we did a reveal. Along with that, we've been working close with Whitson's to improve our food, improve the quality, improve the portions. We are adding more scrambled eggs to our breakfast. We're adding breakfast burritos. I've asked them to start sampling breakfast pizzas as a choice for kids in the morning. I know the breakfast burritos have been pretty positive. And as Mrs. Eberly was talking about, the athletes have been meeting with the ladies in the cafeteria to talk about what they like, what they don't like. We just received a grant for protein smoothies, so we're going to be sampling some pumpkin smoothies coming up. So we'll continue to work close with Whitson's. It's really a charge of ours. We want to improve the food for our kids and the portions. The other part they have is now when they leave the cafeteria, they're able to take a free fruit or vegetable with them, or a couple of them, so they can have them with them throughout the day. Recently, I just learned about a school district that had the PTO buy a refrigerator that they have housed in the corner of the cafeteria. And when kids are done with lunch and they have a leftover milk that's not opened or a piece of fruit or something, they're putting it in that fridge. And then the athletes and extracurricular students after school can go to that fridge and grab a snack too. So something we're exploring, might be a good opportunity for us to do that. Last week, Mr. Snyder and I attended the New York State Council of School Superintendents Conference in Saratoga. And around visiting the vendors, we stopped at a New York Best table where they were allowing us to fill out a form to be eligible for a scholarship for a graduating senior this year. And we won. So we were able to pick up $1,000 scholarship to be awarded to one of our seniors this June. We'll get it with the criteria in January. So we were pretty excited about that. We also met with several architect firms at the conference. Our request for proposals will be in the newspapers early next week. And then we will start hosting architects on campus to visit. Once we've gotten through the process and received the proposals, I am inviting anyone from the board that would like to sit on those interviews for our new architect, that we'll get dates and times, and would love to have you join us. Just wanted to bring you up to speed a little bit on our school audit. We haven't seen it yet. Normally this time of year we receive it. The federal government this year has issued new guidance under the Government Accounting Standards Board. They call it GADSB. And these are new regulations. And a draft came out a while ago of how the reporting of schools needs to happen. It's about a 500-page draft, and the actual document has not been completed yet. And because the federal government is shut down, things have slowed really down. So I talked with our auditor this morning and just wanted to reassure everyone that it's coming, and they will be prepared to finish it up as soon as that report comes out, and we know exactly what it is we have to report to the state. So everybody is in that bowl right now. Again, this weekend is homecoming. We wish all of our athletes great luck and represent us with Bear Pride. And we have received the following foils. On 9/26 from Ken Water, requesting the itemized budget for the school year 25-26. On 9/26 from Ken Water, requests for all the worksheets, including the formulas for the different town tax rates in the district. On 9/26 from Jeff Lee of Smart Procure, request for the purchase order number, all purchase orders, purchase dates, line item details, line item qualities, line item prices, and vendor IDs and names. This is a very common one. A lot of districts get. On September 29th, we received a foil from Cindy Mickelson for the final budget status report for 24-25, 23-24, and 22-23, and 21-22, showing the original appropriation for all expenditures for all budget codes to date. I would like any adjustments to the budget, encumbrance, outstanding, and unencumbered balance for each fund and budget code as well. Please include include all funds, including grant monies, and the final revenue status report for all funds, including capital fund and all grant monies for 24-25, 23-24, 22-23, and 21-22. The report should include estimated revenues, amounts received to date, revenues estimated to be received during the balance of the fiscal year. All I have.
Okay, thank you. Moving to item number 8 is items the board would like pulled from tonight's consent agenda. Anything? Okay, we'll move to item 9 is the consent agenda. May I have a resolution to approve the entire consent agenda? Motion?
Motion.
Motion by Pat,
Second.
second by Jerry. Please proceed to vote. That is unanimous. Thank you. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the entire consent agenda, categories 10 through 13. Moving to item number 14 is board committee reports. Kerry, anything?
Sorry about that. So the Goose Committee met yesterday at 5 o'clock. We are still kind of putting information together to come up with a plan to address the geese population more towards the spring, early spring, when they're going to tend to flock back to Tri-Valley in a very humane manner. We're just trying to control the population so that the fields, including the elementary field, the field behind the school, and the track are usable. So there's nothing really to report. We're just still putting pieces together to make sure that, again, it's in a humane way that we can control our population and keep the kids here safe from ungodly things that are going on over there. So more information to come, but more probably towards December as we're working through it.
Okay, thank you. Moving to item number 15, old business. We don't have anything tonight. Moving to item number 16 is public comment session for items that are not on tonight's agenda. Anybody? Mr. Walters, step up. Welcome.
It worked. Okay. Good evening, everyone. First experience coming in the building, I couldn't.
What's that?
First experience coming into the building, I couldn't. The building was not open. It was not open to the public. I pressed the door, nothing happened. Same story as early in the summer. This is an open meeting. Need to address that problem. We shouldn't have that happen again. Sign-in sheet shouldn't be on the table. People can speak anonymously. Okay, that's what the open meetings law says. Just a comment on food, because I have some grandparents who are in my senior club, and they watch what kids throw away. Great way to figure out what doesn't work. Their webpage. It is your introduction to the world, folks. It's hard to get around. It's a secret world. You have to stumble across things. It's not intuitive. All right. And as long as you have that web page, either at the top or off to the side, the first page, it should say Freedom of Information Law or Freedom of Information, period. By law or by open meetings law, it's supposed to be prominent on your web page. And it's not prominent. The only way you can find it is if you search for it. Put FOIL in there, and it will take you to your FOIL. Now, I had two experiences. I called once because the wrong time or date was on the front page for the meeting. It was not correct. Then I finally found FOIL, and I pressed the word FOIL there. I pressed FOIL. It took me to four choices of Google, or whatever, MSN or whatever, those other ones, Outlook and so forth, to go there. And when you pressed on them, you went no place. No place. So what are you telling the people? Don't bother us. You actually should have it on the web page that you could fill in a form that's automatically done. You don't have to go. Or you can copy, like most of us would do in this case, copy the address and paste it into your own email. But it's like cumbersome and does not work. It takes you nowhere. But I tried it 3 times. All right. Now, what was I going to say about that? Free minutes. So that should be corrected. And this will be a thing I will keep coming back to you on. Transparency is your key to success. And when I look at the web pages, I just wonder if that web page is how more difficult you make it for everybody else throughout your school system. It's their window. Fix it. And I think I've covered all that I wanted to cover. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to item 17 is new business, and we have 3 items plus an add-on. So we'll start with 17A is acceptance of donations is an action. Can I have a motion for the acceptance of donations?
So move. Second.
Motion by George. Who's the second? Jerry's the second. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote.
Aye.
That is unanimous. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education does hereby accept the following donations. 56 youth Tri-Valley jerseys, approximately 10 years old, with an at-purchase value of $60 from the Tri-Valley Little League in coordination with the Tri-Valley Youth Football Program. 72 youth Tri-Valley football jerseys, approximately 15 years old, with an at-purchase value of $40 in coordination with the Tri-Valley Youth Football Program, in coordination with the Tri-Valley Football Program. And we have one 1.88 pound sirloin steak at $15 per pound, for a total donation of $28.35 for the Animal Science Beef Lab from the Thunderview Farms. And we have 4 large boxes of various size mason jars, lids, screw tops, and other glass containers to the Ag program from the Gramesville United Methodist Church. And we have 70 pumpkins to the senior class from an anonymous donor. Moving to item number 17B is the Health and Welfare Services Contract. It is an action. Can I have a motion for 17B, Health and Welfare Services Contract? Motion by Tammy,
Second.
second by Travis. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote. That is unanimous. Thank you. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the Health and Welfare Services Contract for 2024 to 2025 between the Tri-Valley Central School District and the Fallsburg Central School District in the amount of $2,279.48 as attached to the executive content section of the agenda. Moving to item number 17C is the transportation agreement. It is an action. Can I have a motion for 17C, transportation agreement? Motion by Kerry, second by Tammy. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote. That is unanimous. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education does hereby approve the transportation agreement as attached to the executive content section of the agenda effective July 1, 2025. Now, 17D is a write-in, and it is it's going to be a vote for a Sullivan County School Board alternate number 2. We have Jerry is interested in doing it, so we would like to take a vote to appoint him to that for the rest of the school year. So can I have a motion for the second Sullivan County School Board Association's alternate for Tri-Valley number 2? Motion by Pat, second by Tammy. Any discussion?
Did someone step down from number 2?
No, they added each school gets 2 votes at any meeting. So if we only have the primary delegate and then there's an alternate, we don't want to lose the second vote. So if, let's say I couldn't make it, we have 2 people to go to the meeting and fill in, so we still keep our 2 votes.
Gary, you get to go to those meetings every month now?
Maybe just mention who, if you could just mention who's the alternate and who's the,
George Dean is the alternate number 1, and Jerry on vote will be alternate number 2.
Is this something new that they've just
Yes,
recently? Okay.
this has just changed in the last month or so. Okay, so will all in favor, please raise your hand for a vote. That is unanimous. Okay, that is unanimous. Be it resolved that Jerry Stevens is appointed as alternate number 2 for the Tri-Valley school year to June 30th, 2025. And we move to item number 18 is board comment session. So I'll go around the room. Travis?
Thank you. I'll be very short. Just want to say thank you, TVTA, for dinner tonight. It was great, even though I was a little late. There was a little left for me. I appreciate that. And I really appreciate the card 3rd grade. Great job. Thank you.
Christopher?
I'll try to be very short as well, but there are
Talk into the microphone.
Oh, sorry. There are a
Please.
few things that I wanted to go over. First is a problem that a few students have noticed and a few teachers. I don't know the exact reason why it's blocked, but everyone has noticed that YouTube's blocked on all the Chromebooks. There are a few courses in the school that have YouTube videos linked that I've had to completely change, and I've talked with a few teachers about this. Maybe we could do like some like zones where you could use YouTube, maybe in the guidance office. I know there's just a lot of like videos that you need, especially without the phones. Or I just would like to know the reason that it's blocked. But other things that have come up is a youth volunteer club. I spoke with Mr. Carbone very shortly about it, and I do have a teacher who would be interested in being an advisor for said club. It would probably be for the 5th and 6th graders. Miss Trotty Noren said she would love to be an advisor for it. A lot of students have been talking about it. I've heard many great ideas for it, just really expanding that volunteer club. I am having my first volunteer field trip, just to update everyone. If anyone knows of any students who might be interested on going on the trip, we're going to the homeless shelter to finish up like my blessing bags project that I started over the summer. We're going to be donating. And finally, I want to start, if anyone has any comments or suggestions on this idea, maybe starting like an annual student volunteer thing in the school where once a year we would find the student who had the most volunteer hours, and this would encourage more volunteerism in the school. We could give awards like maybe a certificate, but that's all I have. Thank you.
So, Chris, to answer your question, Dan and Amanda, you might be able to help us. What was the training that we did back to school? Yeah, so that teachers can access YouTube. Yeah, Frank, that'd be great. So, Chris, here's your answer.
New York State sent down a mandate that YouTube can no longer be accessed by students. Doesn't comply with that 2D law. So if your teachers want to still use YouTube, they just have to go through Edpuzzle, which we purchased. We did training back to school, and if any teachers need help, we have a TOSA who could help them walk through how to do that, just so they could still use the access in their school classroom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chris, if I may, did any of the people that inquired with you about certain things, the staff, did they go through the administration to see what their thoughts was for you had an answer, and also through the superintendent?
They did not. They just wanted to see if I could get a quick answer because a lot of the students and the teachers didn't know about Edpuzzle at all, like that we could use the Edpuzzle. And I asked around a lot of students, they didn't understand the reason why YouTube was blocked. So we
Yeah,
didn't know
so
it was a law.
it was blocked at the state level, but all teachers went through the Edpuzzle training in our opening conference days with the direction that if you wanted to utilize YouTube, you had to use Edpuzzle. So the teachers should know that. But like Mr. Snyder said, we can offer Ms. Petit to go around and help everybody get back on track with that. Chris, will you tell us what's in your blessing bags that you're working on?
Yes. So I've collected many, many items on like toiletries, health supplies, non-perishable food. Honestly, this project has gotten so much bigger than I thought. I'm talking like hundreds of products worth like thousands of dollars of donated items that are the volunteer club will be helping give to the Federation for the Homeless, and volunteering directly after. It's really a great initiative that has been started, that I started working on over the summer. And I've also been contacted by Wolf Lake Neighbors for the Cook School, I think, COOKE school. They were seeking if I could give some of the donations to them for 16 students who are living in motels. They are an elementary school, and I was very happy to give a portion of the donated items because we had such an abundance of donated food items from everyone who was very generous in the county.
That's excellent. Thank you so much.
Tammy?
Good evening. I'd just like to thank the elementary staff and students for the beautiful cards that they presented to the board this evening. That was very thoughtful. We greatly appreciate it. Happy Principals Recognition Month to Mrs. Eberly, Mr. Fantini, Mr. Carbone, and Ms. Pringle. Thank you for everything that you do for us and our students. My condolences to the family and friends of Miss Nyhoff. Thank you to the TVTA for an amazing dinner tonight. It was greatly appreciated. And I'd just like to touch that we have a potential nor'easter coming Sunday and Monday with heavy rains. And I would just request that everybody use caution if traveling on those days.
Eric?
Working now, I guess. Thank you. Chris, congrats, because that you had an idea and you took control of an idea and you made it come to fruition, and you have community reaching out to you for assistance. So the blessing bag, I think this blessing endeavor is just going to continue to grow. So be proud of yourself, because that's a major accomplishment, especially for a young gentleman your age. Thank you for the meal this evening, and also I wanted to thank the Tri-Valley students who stepped up and assisted the Daniel Pierce Library. The Daniel Pierce Library was really struggling to set up, and they were kind of worried about the event last Saturday. And I heard from so many people that the Tri-Valley students knocked it out of the park, and they were just coming throughout the week to help and the day before, and it was noted. And the community did truly appreciate the outreach there. So it's nice to see us helping local community. Mrs. Nyhoff, condolences to her family. She was my 5th grade teacher. She was a wonderful, wonderful woman who truly, truly cared about her students. She was a blessing as a student here. So deepest condolences to her family. And happy homecoming, everybody. Be safe, enjoy, and those pumpkins are going to look fabulous over at the track tomorrow. So have a lovely weekend.
Jerry?
Thank you for the appreciation video, and thank you for everybody voting for me to be the second alternate.
Nicole?
Well, I am known to be as sappy as they get. So the video is super sweet. Super sweet. It's wonderful seeing the kids. And I love how we blended technology and the handwritten card. That's really awesome. I want to shine a spotlight a little bit on the elementary staff. The communication this year has been awesome. Very thorough in Parent Square. It sends us a copy on an email. We've heard from Mr. Carbone and Miss Pringle. The teachers have been awesome. Like they're killing it. Top notch. I love the survey to the athletes about lunches, but maybe can we incorporate that to the elementary school? These are our littlest eaters, and most of the time they're not going to say anything. They're just going to throw it away and come home starving. So I'd like to see that carry through. Thanks TVTA for the dinner. It feels wonderful to be appreciated. So great job.
Thank you. Rose?
Like Nicole, I'm also a SAP, so that video did me in. So thank you very much for that and the cards, and the dinner was delicious. We all enjoyed some chili and some nice desserts. So thank you for that. I just want to say how much I appreciate every time we have a board meeting, administration coming up and giving these presentations, because it's gives us information into some of the things that are happening in the school that we weren't necessarily hearing about before these presentations started. So I just wanted to say I really appreciate that we're getting these now.
Thank you. Pat?
Thank you to the TVTA for dinner. It's greatly appreciated. I also appreciate all the recognition for our school board service. Like the ladies have said, it's nice to be noticed. So that's it. Thank you.
And George?
The monthly updates that we get from the administration is very important, and I get a lot out of it. But more importantly, I think we talk about communicating to the public a lot, and we're trying to build on that. And since this is live stream, I think it's very important that they do that, and I think the public gets a lot out of it. So continue that, because I certainly get a lot out of it. I'd like to say the maintenance staff, send out a recognition to them, because I think they do a great job here. Jesse Bell, under his guidance of with the administration and his staff, has I believe has saved the district some money, because they've taken on a lot of projects that more than likely would have went out to bid or went out to the public to have them do it, and it saved some money. So they've gone well beyond what we really asked them for, and I certainly appreciate that, for saving the district money. And another thing I'd like to say is budget time is coming soon, and I'd like to get started a little earlier this year than we normally do, and because there's a lot to talk about and a lot of thoughts being passed around. So thank you for that too. Have a good evening.
Again, I just want to extend my thanks for the TVTA for the dinner, as usual, always great. And elementary school with the cards is really nice. We thank you. Christopher, I just have to compliment you. You are becoming a really impressive role model for this for the student body. I love it. I'm supporting it, and keep up the good work. Okay, moving to item number 19, adjournment. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Kerry, second by Travis. Please proceed to vote. That is unanimous. The Board of Education adjourns at 7:55 p.m. Thank you.